Claudette Colvin, born September 5, 1939, is a retired American nurse aide who was a pioneer of the 1950 civil rights movement. On March 2, 1955, she was arrested at the age of 15 in Montgomery, Alabama, for refusing to give up her seat to a white woman on a crowded segregated bus. This occurred some 9 months before the more widely known incident in which Rosa Parks, secretary of the local chapter of the NAACP, helped spark the 1955 Montgomery bus boycott. Colvin was one of the plaintiffs in the first federal court case filed by the civil rights attorney Fred Gray on February 1, 1956, as Browder versus Gale, to challenge bus segregation in the city. She testified before the 3-judge panel that heard the case in a United States District Court. On June 13, 1956, the judges determined that the state and local laws requiring bus segregation in Alabama were unconstitutional. The case went to the United States Supreme Court on appeal by the state, and it upheld the district court's ruling on December 17, 1956. 3 days later, the Supreme Court affirmed the order to Montgomery and the state of Alabama to end bus segregation. The Montgomery bus boycott was then called off. For many years, Montgomery's black leaders did not publicize Colvin's pioneering effort. She was an unmarried teenager at the time and was reportedly impregnated by a married man. Colvin has said, "Young people think Rosa Parks just sat down on the bus and ended segregation, but that wasn't the case at all." It is widely accepted that Colvin was not accredited by the Civil Rights Campaign at the time due to her pregnancy shortly after the incident, with even Rosa Parks saying, if the white press got a hold of that information, they would have had a field day. They'd call her a bad girl and her case wouldn't have a chance. Octavia Estelle Butler was an African-American science fiction author. A multiple recipient of both the Hugo and Nebula Awards, she became in 1995 the first science fiction writer to receive a MacArthur Fellowship. Butler was born in Pasadena, California. After her father died, she was raised by her widowed mother. Extremely shy as a child, Octavia found an outlet at the library reading fantasy, and in writing, she began writing science fiction as a teenager. She attended community college during the Black Power movement, and while participating in a local writers' workshop, was encouraged to attend the Clarion Workshop, which focused on science fiction. She soon sold her first stories, and by the late 1970s had become sufficiently successful as an author that she was able to pursue writing full-time. Her books and short stories drew the favorable attention of the public and awards judges. She also taught writers' workshops and eventually relocated to Washington State. Butler died of a stroke at the age of 58. Her papers are held in the research collection of the Huntington Library.